Alright, today we are going to be covering area and volume of a composite figure. That basically means you have two different figures combined together. Remember that area is length times width, and volume is length times width times height. So we're going to start off with these two boxes or figures. For the first one, the length is 2 and the width is 8. Okay, we're finding the area here, so we have to multiply the length times the width. So for this one, it would be 2 times 8. Now finding the area for this one, it would be 6 times 2. So you would have 16 square inches for the first figure, and then 12 square inches for the other figure. Now remember, when you're finding area, it is square and whatever unit that you're using. So it could have been feet, meters, kilometers, miles, anything that you're using in part of your equation. Now, what if I was to combine those two figures together? Okay, so now I just move the box over and it's connected to this one. And you still got your 2 inches down here, your 8 over here. This one's still 6 and 2. But it's going to end up looking similar to this. So now this whole bottom piece is 8 inches long. Well, how did you get 8 inches? Well, 2 plus 6 is 8. So this whole piece is 8 inches. See, here's the side is still 2. And since we didn't add anything to this part, this right here is still 8. Now I moved the 2 right up there to remind you that that piece is 2 inches, just like it was there. But because we combined them and got 8, the 2 would disappear. So this will help remind you of what it originally was. Okay, so now we're going to try this one together. We're starting off with the composite figure. Okay, it's giving us 10 inches down here, 3, 6, and 4. Now we have to break this up into pieces to really help us find the area. So here's a line that's taking away one box. Okay, so now I'm separating this piece right here from this one. So this 4-inch piece is going to be the same as it is down here. If it was so, from this red line all the way to the edge is 4 inches. So what is the distance between the red line and all the way to this side? Well, we're going to subtract 4 from 10, and that's going to give us 6. So this piece right here is 6 inches. Okay, so that bottom part is 6 and the other piece is 4. Now, where the line was, I went ahead and separated the pieces for you. Okay, so that you have the 4 right here and the 6. Then you have 6 and you have 3. So remember, area is length times width. So the length is 6, width is 3, length is 4, width is 6 here. So 6 times 3 is going to give us 18. 4 times 6 is going to give us 24. Now we're trying to find the complete area for the composite figure. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 18 and the 42 together, which is going to give us, or 18 and 24, which is going to give us 42. Now we're not done because it's got to be 42 square inches. Don't forget to use your units of measurement. Okay, there it is, your 42 square inches. Now we're working with volume. Remember, volume is length times width times height. Okay, so this was in the book, and they went ahead and gave you a dotted line right here to show you where to cut that piece off. Okay, so now you have two different lengths. You have an 8-inch and you have a 2-inch. You have two different heights. 5-inch, which represents the bottom down here, all the way to the top before you cut the piece off. So from up here all the way down is 5 inches. And then you have the width. which is your 4 inches. So from the front right here all the way to the back is 4 inches. And if you look all the way across, it's all even. That means the width from here, we'll go right here, to there is also 4 inches. From here to there is 4 inches. See how it touches the edge? Okay. So here's the red line, cutting that piece off. If this piece right here is 2 inches in height, then as you come across right through here and it's cut off, this bottom piece should also be 2 inches. Okay. So what is that going to leave you with up here? If the total was originally 5, this bottom piece is 2, how much is the top piece worth? Well, to find that out, we're going to subtract 2 from 5. That's going to give us 3. Now I put it right here because this is the height, and it's the same height as that right there. So those pieces are equivalent. So now, with this one piece we have here, now that we got the measurements of the length, the height, and remember the 4-inch width right here applies to all of it in this composite figure. So now we have all the measurements we need to find the volume of this piece. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So that is 24 cubic inches. Remember, when you are doing volume, you go with cubic and whatever the unit is. And in this problem, it is inches. Okay, now I went ahead and put this down here. The length is 8. Okay, that's where we got the 8 from. The width is 4. See, right there is your 4, same as the width as that. And then your height. It gave you your height originally, so you got 2. 8 times 4 is 32. Times 2 is 64. Now we're not done yet because we didn't put the correct measurement units. Now to find the whole volume for this composite figure, we have to add those two together. So 24 plus 64 is going to give us 88. Remember, cubic units, and our unit is inches. So 88 cubic inches. Okay, that's how you break that problem down. Now, I'm going to explain this a little more through another program, but I just want to give you a visual with this. Okay, this is a composite figure that you can use as 3 different shapes. So I'm going to break it down as cutting the pieces right through here. Okay, so the red line is going to cut this piece and this piece. So it's telling us that this right here is 2 centimeters. That piece is. This piece is 2 centimeters. Now the 3 underneath here, that's not referring to the distance between this right here. The placement's really bad of where they put it in my opinion, but that is referring to the height right here. Okay, I said once I seen it I was like, wow, that's difficult. But that's what that piece is referring to. The 3 centimeters here is referring to the width going that direction. 3 centimeters is the height from down here. Now, how does that help with anything? Well, this piece right here is a little bit bigger, and that's why they had to give you the multiple measurements. Okay, so 4 centimeters refers to this piece right here. Okay, so the total piece, 6 centimeters. From this bottom all the way to that is 4 centimeters. And from this bottom to that top piece right here is 3 centimeters. Okay, now I'm going to open this up in another program and start marking things. Alright, so now here's using paint. It's not going to be the prettiest to writing as I write on these things. It's really difficult to use with a mouse, so I'll apologize ahead of time. That being said, so I still got the lines breaking it down right here. Okay, now before I said the 4 is why it was so meaningful. Well, that's going to let you understand the distance between this and this right here. Well, how did you get to that point? And there's a lot of markings that's going to go on this one, so sorry. So from here to here is 4. If this whole piece right here is 6 and that right here is 4, that means from here to here is 2. Okay, I'm going to erase those. So that right there is 2 centimeters high. Okay, that's extremely important. So we'll start with this box right here. So we have the height, okay, because we cut the box, the height is all applies to all pieces. Okay, so there's a 6. Now the length here is 2. Now, as I said before, the width is this right here, and it applies to the whole figure. Okay, so I went kind of out of order, which is okay. So I have 2 times 6 times 3. Well, that's 12 times 3, which is going to give me 36 centimeters. Okay, so this piece right here is 36 cubic centimeters. Now, I'm going to do this piece over here to the left, this other small piece. So we know that this piece is 2 centimeters. And we know this piece right here that goes all the way up, that's 3. So the importance of knowing, it's like a puzzle, so the importance of knowing this is 2 centimeters is going to help you find out that this whole piece, 2 plus 3, is 5 centimeters. Okay, so now we have our width, which is 3 centimeters. We have our length, which is 2. And we have our height, which is 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so this right here is 30 cubic centimeters. Now, to finish the puzzle out, it was originally 10 centimeters across, but because we took off this piece right here and this piece, and both were 2 centimeters in length, 2 plus 2 is 4, so we have to subtract 4 from 10, which is going to give us 6. So the width, or the length, is 6 inches, okay? So there's your 6. Now, we discovered earlier that the height from this point right here is 2. And then the width continues to stay the same, which is 3. So 2 times 2 is 12, times 3 equals 36 centimeters, or cubic centimeters. Okay, so I have 36 cubic centimeters for that one. I have 30 for that one. And then for the middle piece, I also have 36. Now, to find the complete volume, we have to add all of those together. Okay, 6 plus 0 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. Add the 1 that you carried, gives you 102. We're not done yet because we still got to write down the units of measurement. So 102 cubic centimeters, or cm3, whichever you prefer. So I know that part is messy and drawing with a mouse is not very helpful, but hopefully you can kind of understand the scribbles that I have here and how I broke it up. You just have to look at it as a puzzle. All these pieces can be taken apart and then put back together. So to find the volume, we're just breaking these pieces off. And then once we get the volume for each individual piece, we just add them together. And that's going to lead us to 102 cubic centimeters.